Hello, Facebook. Hello, it's Anna here. Hey, how you doing? Decided I would take this outside for a change and actually not use a filter for a change, but despite, I think you can see how cloudy it is up, right? Despite that, it is actually really sunny. So if I don't keep my sunnies on, then I'm just going to be squinting at you the whole time. So I'm going to keep the sunnies on for this one, and hopefully you can still see me all right. Cool. All right, so say hey if you're jumping on. Let me know what you're up to on, well, it's Sunday here in Melbourne. I've just finished my workout, come home and decided to spend a little bit of time outside because it hasn't cooled down for days. So this is actually quite nice. And I wanted to have a chat with you about being an empath, right? And being very, oh, I think Holly's here. Say hey if you're there, Holly. Camera tells me you're there. And I wanted to talk about, like, if you're an empath, if you're someone who really feels deeply for others and you can actually really tune into others' energy, which is something I wasn't really aware of until this year that I actually am, right? Hey, Holly, thanks for the wave. Yeah, and I dare say Holly's one of these as well because she's incredibly intuitive, right? She's a absolute superstar hypnotherapist and massage and everything as well, right? And she's very intuitive, right? And so this is something that she was probably aware of a long time ago. I, however, wasn't. I didn't understand. Yeah, exactly, Holly. Yep. Mm-hmm. I know you are, girlfriend. So yeah, when you find yourself really, you get drawn into other people's energy very easily, right? And you get drawn into, now I've realised I didn't take my messenger notifications off and this is going to go nuts for me. So I'm going to have to try and ignore that. Yeah, when you find yourself really involved in other people's energy and you take on, without meaning to, their problems, right? And you take them quite personally because you really want to help people, right? You really want to get them out of their plight, out of their difficulty, whatever they're struggling with. You so deeply feel what it is that they're feeling and how they're struggling with it that you just want to fix it, right? And this is what I did for so long, right? And I didn't realize how detrimental this was to me, right? So if this is resonating with you and you're watching, say hey, let me know that, you know, if this is resonating with you. And if this is something that you're aware of, or if it's something new that you haven't actually realized before, that yeah, actually you do find yourself getting really attached and really emotionally invested in other people's issues and things like that, right? Because I didn't realize this until very recently, really the last few months, that I've realized is how much I was doing this, right? And especially when it comes to personal training, this is why I keep going back to it. I keep realizing that me staying as a personal trainer was blocking me in so many ways from the next stage of my evolution and of what my message is and what I have to bring to the world and help people with and everything like that. And it's amazing since moving forward from personal training that I've realized in how many ways it was actually blocking me, right? And this is a big one. If you've been working in something like personal training or anything that's very physical based, right? Anything that's like you're helping people in a physical way, in a very dot to dot, you know, here's the things you need to do, a very grounded, very kind of masculine energy type way. It's so easy to not realize that you're blocking yourself from your true gifts, right? If there is something a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A bit more intuition based, a bit more feminine, a bit more into your kind of intuition and knowing kind of energy, it can really block that, right? And I didn't realize this beforehand because I love personal training, right? I love my clients that I had. Ooh, my God, the sun came out. That's crazy. You know, I loved my clients and I loved training them, and I still love training. Like, I'm still in my, you know, workout gear right now. I came from a workout. I work out every day. It's something that I love. I love the gym. I love the energy. I love the people. But I was not meant to be doing personal training. It was blocking me from the next level, from what I really truly am here to help others create their financial and their time freedom and creating a life of purpose and of passion and something that they absolutely love and they get up every day and love their fucking lives and that kind of stuff. That is what I'm here for. And I was so blocked from it in so many ways purely because, wow, now the sun's out, I can't even see myself at all. So if there's messages coming through, I will have a look at them later, I promise. Because, right, it's that sort of thing where I was tuning in. I could feel people's energy, like especially towards weight loss, because that was what I really specialized in, is I could tune in and I could go, oh, this person just they need their mindset shifted, right? They need to be able to see themselves as the slim person that they actually want to be, rather than looking at themselves as the fat person trying to lose weight, right? And it seemed so obvious to me. Let me know if this is resonating with you, right? It seemed so obvious to me that it was just like, well, no, you need to you need to change the way you see yourself, right? But because personal training was so physical based, so, here's how you need to eat, here's how you need to, have your lifestyle. Oh, it's getting windy. Here's how you need to train and everything. It kind of stopped me from going there. And then I'd have clients who just weren't getting anywhere, right? Like week after week, they weren't really committing, they weren't really doing the work, or they were doing some of the work, they were, committing to the action stuff, but still they weren't getting results and they were getting frustrated. And I was getting frustrated. I was getting really frustrated because I'm just like, but I just don't get it. Like, you just flip a switch and you just decide, I'm going to be lean and I'm going to love my body and I'm going to look after it and it's just going to happen. And I was getting frustrated because I was like, well, no, it's just a switch. You just flip it and you change your mindset and you change the way you see yourself and you change the way you speak to yourself and the way that you actually see yourself in your own mind. You change it from being the fat person trying to lose weight to being the slim person who already is slim, who already is fit, who already is active, who already is all this stuff, right? You just change it to that and then act from that place. Don't act from the place of being the fat person trying to lose weight, because then you're always going to be the fat person trying to lose weight, because that's just what you're going to, that's just how you're going to see yourself, right? And if that's how you see yourself, you're going to keep repeating the same actions to keep you in that state of being the fat person that tries to lose weight. Oh, okay, I just got really worked up. So that's the thing, right? And so I didn't realize until I stepped away from personal training and stepped, into online business even more, and into, this incredible community that I'm a part of now, where, we get to change our lives completely and have time and financial freedom and travel the world and do whatever we want. But most of all, it's the mindset stuff. It's the mindset shifts that have happened, right? Since joining that I've realized how much I was blocking myself, because I felt so deeply for these people, for my clients, and I wanted so badly for them to get this. But the essence of personal training, at least the way that I was running it, don't get me wrong, I know that it's my choice. I could have run it very differently, and in hindsight, I probably would have, or whatever. But really, for so many people, the essence of personal training and the essence of training and the essence of losing weight is so about the dot to dot and the rules and the training and the eating and the everything, all the actionable masculine type stuff, that all of that feminine allowing and receiving and changing of your mindset and really just allowing it to be so friggin' easy, that stuff gets left behind, right? That stuff gets dropped off because people just want to know the rules, right? They just want to know the things to do. And so as long as I was focused on that, I was completely, not letting myself actually tune in to the stuff that would have made a difference, I think, is to just be like, well, no, we need to work on how you see yourself, right? Because once again, just repeating everything that I've said, if you're seeing yourself as the fat person trying to lose weight, that is exactly what you're going to keep attracting, keep redoing over and over and over, versus just deciding that right now I'm the slim person, I am this many kilos, my body is effortless, it's easy, it's fun, I'm fit, I'm happy, all that kind of stuff, and stepping into that person and acting from that person. You can't help but attract those results, right? And unfortunately, with personal training, you can't go to a personal trainer on your first session and have me at the time tell you, okay, cool, I get that you want to lose weight, I get that you want to program, I get that you want all of this stuff, right? But let's sit down and let's talk about, let's get really deep into visualization and how you see yourself and how you see yourself moving forward. Like, nobody wants that. Everybody, that they run away from that because they're like, well, that's cool, but, what do I actually do? Like, what's the exercises I do? And so that's the thing. I felt so deeply for these people, but I couldn't get this across to them because I was so deeply entrenched in the physicality of personal training and the physicality of like weight loss and all that kind of stuff, that I was blocking myself from the next level. I was blocking myself from what I do now, which is like pretty much completely mindset, because I realized that, all the stuff that everybody told me for years about just change the way that you see yourself, just change the way that you approach things in your mind, and the whole world changes, right? Everything around you just flicks like that. That's what I wanted to share. I'm going to try and scroll up because I know Holly had a comment before. Learning what's yours and what's not yours is imperative. I had a client recently who had severe anxiety, but we realized most of it wasn't him. He was just really sensitive to the emotions of others. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Norma says, oh my God, yes. Hi, Norma. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, absolutely. So, that's just my kind of story about it, I guess, because of my background in personal training and that kind of thing, right? But everybody's got their own background, and especially like if you're watching this, if you've watched any of my stuff, there's a good chance that you're a bit like me, which means that for a lot of your life, right, you spent it being very masculine, very strong, very independent, very, take charge and be the person that does the stuff and don't let anyone else do it for you. You're the one that's going to get the shit done, right? Tell me, give me some love, heart, love if this is you, right? And so if you've spent time doing that, and you've actually built, a business and built love and built whatever it is, everything that you're doing around this, then it's very likely that you have blocked yourself from the other side of it, right? And you're not limited. You're not one dimensional, right? We all have that masculine and that feminine energy within us, and it's a balance and it's a play. Sometimes you need more of one, more of one. Sometimes you need more of the other. Whatever it is, it's a play that you're always moving between. But if you're not actually prepared to lean into the other one at any time, you're going to find yourself so blocked, and you're going to find yourself in those positions where it feels like you just keep getting the same people and the same clients with the same problems, and they just aren't breaking through, right? So, this is me being completely honest. I thought I was a great personal trainer. I really did. And a lot of my clients got awesome results, and they were the ones that got the mindset stuff, and I could get into that shift with them. But the ones who I couldn't, and I wasn't, I suppose, confident in myself enough to bring them to that level, that is when I was just they weren't getting results. And I was taking that on, and I was feeling really, really personally bad about myself because I was taking that on and feeling like I should have been the one doing this for them, right? Norma says, so important. As an empath, I'm always checking in. White light protection, meditations, yes, and releasing what's not ours. Yes. Okay, cool. Thanks for bringing me back to my point, Norma, because I needed that. Because if is this your first live stream? Let me know if this is your first live stream. Say hey. Hey, Tunde. Yep, it's definitely about not forcing it. Exactly. Tell me if I said that right. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. I hope I've said that right. And just so you know as well, my name's pronounced Anna for future reference, because a lot of people think it's Anna. But I'm too cool for that. Sorry, laughing too much at myself now. What was I saying? Yes, thank you, Norma, for bringing me back to the point, right, which is about, protecting your energy, right? So this is what I wanted to kind of touch on and kind of leave with today, is if you are in this position where you have found yourself really taking it personally when clients or when people around you are not taking your advice and not doing things the way that you want them to, because, right, you want them to be really happy, you want them to be really joyful, you want the best for them, right? You're really invested in having the best for them. Very close, just an E at the end. So Tundi, is that right? Tundi. That's cool. That's a cool name. And if you're not really, and if you're too invested in all that kind of stuff, it's really easy to realize not realize that you're actually draining yourself, right? And this is what I was doing. I felt so drained. I felt like I was just beating my head up against the wall over and over, wondering, why don't they get this? Why can't I get through to them? What is going on, right? And it was just painful. It was just painful. Yes, I nailed it. Thanks, Tundi. Awesome. And it was just frustrating, right? So yes, what Norma said about white lighting yourself, if you haven't heard of that before, like Google it. It's so simple. Well, I think it's simple because I literally just Googled it years ago and did it now. And now I do it, but it's literally just from what I can understand, and I'm not a spiritual expert by any means, so feel free to reach out to someone who can explain this better. But the simple version of this is, and what a Reiki healer that my husband goes to explained it to him as well, was just that it's just imagining yourself awash with white light, right? So you can do this like in a shower is a really good way to do it. Imagine all the water that's rushing onto you is like white light, and it's just cleansing you and it's protecting you. For me personally, it's something I often do when I get in the car, because I want to feel safe in the car. So I imagine like a white glow, right? This is just my way of doing it. Everyone's got a different way, I think, of like a white glow emanating from the center of my body. Like I know my heart's over here, but I just imagine it from the middle, and it's just growing and growing and growing until it's like a bauble, like a bubble around me, and then it covers the whole car. And that is my white lighting, right? I imagine it's basically like a white bubble. Oh my God, now I'm making up words. White bubble that's protecting everything around me, right? So it's protecting my entire aura, and it's protecting my car as well in there. And that's how I do it. And I often do that, especially if it's just crazy traffic or some just weird shit going on. And I just feel like, I think right now I just need to white light myself, right? And that's exactly what I wanted to suggest, is that if you are finding that you are like this, this took me way too long. I was in I was really struggling with this for a long time, wondering why I couldn't seem to, every little person that I personally felt connected to, that I personally really cared about, I couldn't make myself, I just couldn't shift myself out of feeling bad for them or feeling guilty or whatever it is. So that's where finally learning about protecting my own aura, protecting my own energy field, right? And there's lots of different ways to do this. Go by whatever feels right for you. White lighting was something I did years ago. However, more recently, I found that I'm very in tune with like Reiki and Meridian energy. So I find that very easily, like I even just turn on a YouTube video of certain people. I think I don't know her name, but it's one that I watch a lot. Reiki relaxation, something like that. Reiki relaxation, that's her channel, I think, and she's incredible. I just turn on a video of hers that is like for protection, psychic protection video, and it's like immediately, sorry, I did just burp. I'm such a mess sometimes. So I turn on the video, right, and it's and I just feel this wash of, it's almost like I feel really heavy, like everything just sinks. And, it's something that I've become very aware of to protect my energy, not from outside influences. Because here's the thing, a lot of the time when you're an empath as well, and this might be you, it might not be you, you don't actually take on other people's, just random people's energy. Like you're not walking through a supermarket and you see that someone looks a bit upset or whatever. You don't take that on because they're just random people. It's knowing what's going on in the people in my life that I care about's life, right? That's the stuff that I take on. And that's the stuff where it's really important to, have this sort of grounding within yourself, that no matter where it's coming from you, whether it's from, these people messaging you or calling you through the day, or it's people that you deal with, face to face constantly, or whatever it is, even the good stuff, because here's the problem: when you become too susceptible to other people's energy, even if it's amazing, you're also becoming too susceptible to other people's energy that's not so amazing, right? It's a kind of balance, and it's a kind of, you can't have one without the other, that whole kind of thing. So protecting your own energy, protecting your own aura, if you are like this, if you are an empath and you find yourself in this position a lot, it's so crucial. So crucial. Norma says, totally. Reiki master over here. Oh my God, that is so cool. I love that you've jumped on. I start top of the head and imagine white, warm, pure light coming into the top of your head, through your body, and then around your car. Whoop. house. Whoop, there we go. I nearly blocked you accidentally. I don't even know how this stuff works. Now I just figured out how to block people. That's cool. But I'm not going to block you, Norma. You're awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, well, that's actually the thing on my next list. My list of next things to do is to do my Reiki practitioner course, because I've been amazed at how quickly I've just taken to it and how quickly I've taken to that kind of energy. So it's definitely on my list. Let me know if you teach people Reiki and where you are, because yeah, my husband and I are off to do location-free travel in just over 4 months now. Actually, very close to just 4 months. And we're going to be traveling through Europe. We're going to be traveling through the US, through Canada. I'll be, doing all of the stuff on here while I share this location-free lifestyle, and obviously share with others how we've created this and how you can create this as well, using the amazing, community and system that I'm a part of, which, if you haven't heard, it's 90% automated. There's no tech experience needed. It's absolutely incredible. Holly, yes, I know. I need to do a Reiki course. It's on the list. It's on the list as soon as we figure out how the hell to sell everything and to get out of here. We've got enough going on right now. But it's so happening. It's happening this year, 100%. It may be happening, though, while we're actually traveling location free. It might happen in Europe, or it might happen in the US. Who knows? Whatever I feel called to, and whenever I happen to meet the right person, it may happen. So, well, it will happen. It will happen this year. I already know that. I've tuned in. It's told me. Source has told me. Cool. All right. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share. Oh, I was talking about the system. If you want to know more about the system that we're using to go location free and have, all of our funds and everything coming in completely, entirely online, you can run it from anywhere in the world, just a laptop or a smartphone. And there's, like I said, no tech experience needed. Holly can vouch for that. She's also creating her lifestyle by design using this system. And we have a running joke that Holly is not tech savvy. And some of the stuff that she comes up with is pretty hilarious. But yeah, so you don't need to be tech savvy at all. What you do need, however, is to be prepared to do your 10% so that the 90% can work for you, right? Because the 90% includes the sales. You don't have to sell anything, which is so friggin' cool. That's all taken care of for you. And the best part is you just meet incredible people like Holly. You broke your internet this morning. Okay, Kim Kardashian, whatever. What'd you do? Was it your butt? Oh my God, okay, this is getting really inappropriate and weird now. But that's okay. If you've never watched one of my live streams before, this is pretty standard, that it just gets inappropriate and weird and off point. But that's cool. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we create our lifestyles by design, doing whatever the fuck we want and having fun and helping others do exactly the same. It's the best. It's the best. All right, cool. I'm going to leave it there. If you want to know anything more about the system that we're using, that, is the reason that my husband and I can go location free and travel the world and help others to do the same and break out of the 9-to-5 and all that kind of fun stuff. You don't have to. You can continue your job if you happen to love it. That's awesome. But you can have the financial freedom to, do what you want as well. I'm glad that you're all laughing. What? Nope, not my butt. I don't know. It could have been. Okay, great. I think we're done here. Yeah, so if you want to know more about that, feel free to send me a private message, or you can just pop a comment on here. If you're watching this, as a live or as a replay, whatever, I always check back on the comments anyway. So feel free to reach out to me and I can send you some more details. Got a free, awesome webinar that explains it all, and then you can, take it from there, whether this resonates with you or not. Whatever, it's up to you. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Have an amazing rest of the day, whatever you're up to. And remember, live life on purpose. Bye, everyone.